Hiya. Bit of a different video today. For the last couple of months, well, since the season began, I've been thinking a lot about the standard of referees that are currently in the National League and just how poor most of them appear to be. Now, don't get me wrong, it's one of the most common things in British football, or football worldwide, to complain about the referee, especially when it's your team. We've all been there on terraces or seats, we've been shouting or screaming abuse, why has he been booked, why has he been sent off, how is that offside, how is that onside? But as somebody who watches a National League football club week in, week out, in my opinion at least, there's something about National League referees, they're not just bad, to me at least, they're comically laughable. I mean, generally make even the worst referees in the Premier League look good. And for some of you out there, you must be thinking, oh God, that bad? So I decided I wanted to do a video about it, and originally I wanted it to be a bit of a topical debate. I'd kind of hoped that somebody would share it, maybe another National League club or someone else at Halifax, and everybody in the National League would talk about it and say, yes, I do think that, and no, I won't take it that far, I wouldn't change anything in the National League. But after doing a bit of research and sort of trying to make my points a bit more clear, I realised that this really isn't a topic that we should be debating. Just so you know, most of the things I'm going to be covering on this video are just my opinion. If you're one of those people who believes that National League referees are actually okay, fair dues. I wouldn't say I'm one of those people who complains about the referees a lot on this channel. Okay, yes, I do complain a lot about the referees on this channel. In fact, little fun fact about me. For most of the time on YouTube, I've tried to restrict myself from actually talking about the referees. I actually banned myself from talking about them for a short while because it just seemed every week it was, we won, we lost, he played well, he didn't play well, oh, the referee wasn't that good. It just seemed like that every single week, and it got tiresome in the end. But it's also one of the reasons why I want to make this video today in the first place. Are National League referees truly that awful? What problems do I have with them? The first big problem I've got with National League referees is that I think most of them have very poor discipline. This is a problem that happens in most divisions of football, and we've all seen it. Sometimes he'll be too soft on a player, he might have, as we'll see in a few minutes, put his arm around the player's neck, or just chop him down like a proper karate chop, and they'll just go, give a little pat on the back and go, yeah, don't do that again. And other times they go really hard, especially if a player's done, maybe he's tackled, or it's just he's cleared the ball, and they'll blow the whistle and send him off or give him a booking, which they don't deserve. Another problem we have with National League referees is timing. Just look at this incident from the other week where Halifax Town played York City. Halifax scored a goal, and about 17 seconds later, the linesman puts his flag up. I'm fully aware that's the linesman, not the referee, and yeah, to be fair, I am talking about officials overall in this video. I mean, I should have called this video My Problem with National League officials, shouldn't I? But it is what it is. I've only discussed two things, but you're probably already getting the idea. This happens with every single referee in every single league. We all complain about the same things. There are many ways I could say that the level of refereeing of a National League is just down up to 11.
These go to 11.
Is it just me who thinks this? Well, I asked everyone out there who's a Halifax Town fan, do you think the referees are that bad? And quite a few of them said, yes, they are. The first couple that got back basically said they were all Sunday League referees. I kind of agree with that. But that's just us as Halifax Town fans talking. What about other football clubs of National League? Do they think that National League referees are as bad as what I think they are? For example, I asked Owen Harrison. Owen is a Rochdale fan, and I asked him 5 questions about National League referees. He responded to them very kindly. I'm trying to show all the comments here. He had some very valid points. I asked him about what he thought about National League referees. Do you think the FA should do anything about it? He gave some very, very, very good points, and thank you for that, Owen. He just told me about games that Hartlepool have played against Morecambe and Boreham Wood, and how the referees were particularly bad in those games. But no referee was worse than the one he saw when they played Woking back in September. And I have to say, Josh, I watched the highlights afterwards, and, well, just look at him. He's got his bloody arm around his neck, and he didn't even get booked for this, just so you know. Probably can't make a point across on just how bad they are compared to Premier League referees, Football League referees. As I've already said, I don't think this is something that we have to debate about. And why? Because one of the key points I was going to make about why I want to talk about National League referees, I figured in the end was the main reason, the real reason why I want to make this video today. The one thing that just can't be debated, I think should be talked about. I think it's important to talk about because It's a fact. And my point is this. National League referees are literally National League level referees. If you are a Premier League level referee, you are a top quality referee. You can referee in the Premier League, you could probably referee in Europe, you can referee in the international duties as well. But if you're not good enough, then just like the football clubs will get relegated from the Premier League at the end of the season, you get demoted to the Football League. And if you're not good enough for the Football League, you get demoted to non-league. So the referees in the National League aren't good enough to referee in the leagues above. And this of course works vice versa as well. National League referees are truly amateur. If they're not good enough for the Premier League, compared to some of the absolutely horrendous referees you can get in the Premier League, that shows you the level of refereeing that we have in the National League. And to be honest with you, it makes me angry.
Peter Dyson,
when the
who
FA
often comes
tells
onto this
them
channel,
that
reminded
they
me
are
of a
not
referee
good
called
enough to
Rebecca
referee
Rouse.
in the Premier League,
Rebecca is one of the best
probably is not
referees
good
that
to
I've
referee
seen as
in the
well,
Football
Pete,
League
and
or any of
I
the
agree,
leagues
she deserves a place in
altogether.
the Football
You
League.
can't do it
now.
at the top level, and it would be no different to referee in any of the leagues below. So when they demote them into our league, it's like the FA is going, the worst referees have to referee the worst teams. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And that in a nutshell is why I'm making this video. And why specifically I chose today to record it. If you didn't know, the day that this is going on YouTube is the 15th of November 2025. And every game in the National League today started 3 minutes after 3. Why? Because of the Free Up campaign. Now the Free Up campaign is a campaign that's been launched by a group of football fans who believe there should be 3 football clubs supported from the National League and not 2. And I agree. There's far too many times in the National League when a team has finished second or third should rightfully go up and don't. There's a lot of seasons in the National League where the football team that finishes 4th, 5th, 6th or 7th, or at highest 3rd, goes up instead. And I do think it's time for change. Whenever there's a time of change, whether that be in politics, in just society, football, if it's one thing that's driving it along, usually there's other people who want to drive other things and start other campaigns. I'm not one of these people who necessarily wants to start a campaign against National League referees. I'm not one of these people who wants to go to Wembley Stadium and protest against the FA holding up a sign. But I keep looking at that fact. If they're not good enough for Premier League, if they're not good enough for Football League, they come down to us. That just, it's so disrespectful. I don't like that at all. And because of that, it makes you wonder just how much some of these referees could cost a football club. You've got to remember how many football clubs in non-league football have financial problems these days. If a football club doesn't get promoted because the referee made a decision that cost them everything, and because that football club doesn't go up, it's cost them money, and the next thing you know, they're on the brink of going into administration. That is a football club in crisis. That is a group of football fans who could lose the football club. In Halifax, our old football club, Halifax Town AFC, got liquidated and became FC Halifax Town. We still see it as the same football club, but it's there on paper. We got liquidated. The same can be said for Chester, Hereford, Rushden Diamonds, Darlington. While all of these football clubs suffer problems that happen off the pitch, on the pitch there's still an important part to play when it comes to the overall financial and well-being of football clubs. Promotion means so much, relegation cost a lot. It's down to a referee decision that should never have been made, then that's potentially a community that's about to lose its football club. I know that sounds like I'm overreacting, but believe me, I'm not. The more I see bad refereeing in the National League, the more I fear the future of many football clubs, including my own. Do you think I'm overreacting? Or do you think I've got a valid point here? Just so you know, really quickly, just so you know, a few weeks ago I went to a Q&A with a football manager, and he's been managing in non-league now for 10 years. And he was saying that when it comes to non-league football, the quality has, for the most part, got better. The stadiums are better, the crowds are better, the quality of football overall is better. The one thing that's not better is the standard of refereeing. And he's not wrong. What do you think? For those of you who usually follow my channel, I'll be back next Saturday where we play Solihull Moors at the Shea. 3 o'clock kickoff. I'll be posting a video sometime between 9 to 11 o'clock at night. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.